Hello, 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 all my beautiful, amazing, fantastic machine heads. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to episode number 10 on the Family Member Animal Challenge on a 16x map. Welcome, welcome, welcome in, everybody. Hope you guys doing great. Hope you guys doing awesome. And hope you guys are doing fantastic, because I am as usual. All right, we're down here at the shop, and we get to test out our new Trex 600. We're going to big old bee or whatever that was near me. We're going to sell our wood chips, and we're going to head up and we're going to start plowing in our new field. But before that, we got to add some more animals. I got to show you what we got going on. So let's get this going and get this started selling, and then we'll head up to the shop. Get my thing. This thing is really cool. I want to give you guys a tour while this is selling really quick. Here we go. Get out here. Let's make some money. Money, 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 money. Money. All right, let's get up here. As you can see, we are literally almost cleared with our first piece of property that we bought when we first started. As you can see, we're working our way this way. This is the edge of our first piece of property. We got to go all the way here and all the way to here, that little section there. And then our first piece of property is completely clear of trees that we bought. It's pretty cool, actually. We are officially at, let's see here, 1,300 trees so far, and we're into year 2 already. We're doing really well. So let me head up here. We went ahead and changed the tractors because the other one was just a little too slow, but we still have 517 horsepower tractor. It's pretty cool. I want to shut the flight off. Anyways, you know what? I want to get up near. I did some changes. Okay. So what I did is I went ahead and I put the store deliveries here, first of all, because it was getting too far to drive. Just absolutely insane to drive. But I went ahead and I put our border a lot wider. I took the fence out and I went all the way around the whole farm with the excess. This is the border right here that we can't, I mean, we can go all the way to here, but we can't build past that. So then we went here and we started working this way. So we went ahead and you can see where I've mowed right here. This is going to be the start of our first field. So what I've decided to do, as you can see, is put the road, and then every time we harvest, we're going to add on to that field. So we'll probably only have a couple of fields, but they're going to be massive. Okay? That way we can have our flying tractors. And it's going to be pretty cool. You can see how much money we make, because now we're at the point now where we literally only have to buy like a roller for the grass. And that's it for the most part. We own all the equipment. We're going to just be letting the animals do what we have to do. So I went ahead also and I put these little things. This is what I was talking about. Let me turn that off. And then these things right here are the animal distribution things. Animal production distribution. So they treat like factories. So basically what they do is you put it over the sell point and you can put it on to sell, and it'll sell all the stuff as it spawns. Every hour it'll sell it. Holds only 5,000 liters, but within we can fit 5 pallets. Then it sells every hour. Then it'll collect 5 more. Now on the chickens here, it covers, you can see it covers the whole thing. So it will eventually get all of it. Now the wool and stuff over here, it only covers like half of it. So we may have to put 2 of them down once we get all our animals, like a bunch of them. So as you can see, it only goes to like here. So then what I'll do is when we start spawning more than we can fit in there, I'll put a second one down there. That way every single one. So basically instead of fitting 12 pallets, you can fit 20. You can fit 12 times 5. You can fit 60 pallets, and then it'll sell every hour. We also went ahead and changed the telehandler because of the debacle that we had. Oh, I got to sell that weight. I forgot about that. That we had with the telehandler with this thing. So we went ahead and we put this, look at, in 1 month, we made 57,000 liters of manure with 200 cows. But before we do that, as you can see, we're at, I want to get this to shut off now. Then we'll come back up here. We're going to feed our cows, feed our... now, we went ahead, since we mowed some grass, and the sheep and the goats have enough feed in them. As you can see, we'll go here. The goats now have 100,000 in each one of their pens. So they don't need any food. The only thing that I got to check is the chickens real quick. And as you can see, we get to sell our chickens now. But they still have 58,000. So we don't have to feed anything but the cows. One last thing. Let's check here. There we go. We're at 53,000. We had 100,000. So we're using about 50,000 a day right now for the 100. So we're going to do that. We're going to take some silage over here. But before we do that, let's go over to our chicken pens. We get to do something cool. Watch this. We talked about this. This is going to be awesome. So now we get to come down here. We get to sell 200. We're going to sell this one first. Oops. Sell 100 first. And then we're going to sell 100. And then we're going to buy. We want to buy these ones. We're going to buy 200. So that in 2 months, they will be 400. There we go, and buy. There's 200 for only 11,000. Then we got to do the same thing down here, and then we start, because I only want one number in there. I don't want a whole bunch of different animals for different weight or different sizes, different things, because we're just going to be selling them anyways, and getting. We just want one animal, so we're going to do this thing. So it's been 2 months. So we go here, we sell 100 for 52 bucks. It's crazy. And then we sell the 100. Okay. And then we buy. It's so nice. You can buy 250 animals at a time. Absolutely awesome. There we go. Now, did I just buy baby ones? I did, didn't I? I did, didn't I? Oh, boy. Yep, I bought chicks. My bad. My bad. So we gotta go down here like this and buy. Sorry. That was one of those things where you catch later and you say, oops. There. Now, we gotta double check that. So there's 200 in here out of 50,000. And that's what we're aiming for. And then next time it'll be 400, and then it'll be 800. Then it'll start going really quick with chickens anyways. Just want to make sure I get the right ones here, and then we are going to start plowing in our new field. Let's make sure we have these. Yep. Okay. Perfect. All right. So let's. First, before we do that, let's give 60,000 each of TMR. But yeah, when I was mowing, I was picking up the grass. It was pretty cool. So now the eggs and the milk from the goats and the wool from the sheep will all literally just sell every hour. So it's pretty cool. We don't have to worry about it. Now we got to see how much TMR is in here, because I want to give them 60,000 each. Oh yeah, we got enough. We're going to make a bunch more too. So I'm going to not have to feed the sheep and the goats and stuff for a while. So we're going to be concentrated on TMR, and then we'll put 60-60. Then we'll put the manure in for the fertilizer. We'll get the rocks going, and then we can start plowing. So it's pretty cool. We got a nice little system going, and we're only going to have like a couple fields going here at a time, so that each month, because we still got to clear trees, and we still got to buy all the property. Like for example, if you come up here, the next piece of property down from where we are right here is 4.4 million. And then, but I think I'm going to go across the top here. So 4.3 million we got to get to buy the next piece of property, and so on and so forth, and all the way down so we can own it. And then we're going to do that. So what I'm going to do is concentrate most of our farm. As you can see, that first field there is a pretty good size grass field. Then the next one will come over here. So then we're going to just continue to make a grass field here, and then continue to make one sorghum field here. That's what we're going to do. Because the sorghum, the reason why is the chickens don't use nearly as much sorghum as I thought they would. And we can just keep adding on. I'll add on like 2 strips every month, or every time we harvest, or 4 or 5, or whatever we decide to add on, and we'll just keep going like that. And then our focus is just to buy all the property and then get all those trees done. It's going to be a lot more trees than I thought too, just so you guys know. Because we're at 1,300 and we're only on the... where is it? There it is. 1,300 trees just in this section here. And we have to go all the way out here. So I figured it out. I went through and I did it. Right here's the line. Then here, then here, then here. These are trees. That's 1,300. So it's going to be quite a bit of trees. And then I switched to the big loading wagon, which holds 260. We're going to dump that in the silo, and then we can start switching and going like, once 260 happens, there's that, and we can go one more here. We'll still have enough for, almost have enough for one more day of feed, because eventually they're going to be full. Then I'm going to put the 260 in the silo, and then go 60, 60, 60, 60, which is 240, and then we have to get basically, yeah, we have to get 260. We have to get 520,000 liters of grass every day. So we can put 60, 60, 60 in all the pens. That's 240, and then 260 here. So if we can get 500,000 liters of grass every single day, every single time that because eventually these pens will be full, and then we'll be ready to go. We're into May already. You believe that? Of year 2. It's going super fast. And there. Now let's check the cows. As you can see now, they have 72,000 liters, and we'll see how much they use at the end. But the 57,000 with just 100. Wait till we have 200 cows. It's going to be making like tons. So the other thing what I thought about doing is, if we get crunch time and we need money quick, if our trees are all gone and we still don't have all the things we do, we can start selling fertilizer. That should clear this all out here. There we go. And then it'll finish up, and then we should have 57,000 in here. And there we go. And then we can just dump it right over here. Oops. Oh, look at the trigger on that thing. Fertilizer's almost full. So I want to try something, because we're not going to need fertilizer when that's full. Which reminds me, how much does that hold? I think it's hold 100,000. Yeah, it only holds 50,000. But as you can see, when it gets full, we can sell that, and that'll be extra money to get towards what we need to. But I think we're going to make enough from the logs. Look at the stones. We could also start selling lime too. This might be over a truckload. Just easier than scooping it. That's why I put the extra. And we also upgraded from the 450 to the big M500, which is... Alright, now we'll shut that down. There we go. $50,000 liters of manure, 50,000 liters of rocks. How much lime do we have? 25,000 liters of lime. So yeah, I extended the field out a little bit and did that. So we're going to pull that right in the shed over here. And then we're going to grab our plow and start plowing. And for the next 15 minutes, we're going to plow in what we have. Actually, you know what? I like to have this over by the house. This is a nice little yard truck. And then eventually when we get seeds going, we won't need that buy point anymore. But yeah, this is a great little farm truck. Bebops around, holds 60 grand. It's real nimble. Oops. All right, plow time, which is in the next shed over. But yeah, that other tractor, I love the tractor, but going 25 miles an hour on a 16X map is a little bit slow. Just a little bit. Now, I was mistaken on this. Whoops. My fault. I need a weight on the front of this. This thing is heavy. So let's buy us a weight real quick. Just to have on the front of this. We won't need it. We won't need too big of a weight, but just to hold down those front tires. The tractor was pretty cool. I want to get that same bumper one. I liked this one a lot. I like this one a lot. Push configuration, yes. I should just kept it. There she goes. Now she'll hold down the front end. Nice. But you see how I made this wider? So now we can drive down here and we can almost drive with the equipment open. So we're going to start at the edge of this field over here. We're going to go right along the edge. We're going to go right to the edge of this field here. That's because we're going to keep them the same. And as we add on, we'll add on more to this. Let's get that about the same there. Oops, I want to keep my weight up. Down and starting. Here we go. Now, I was mistaken. I thought this was going to roll at the same time, but what it is it's rolling to prepare it so you don't have to use a cultivator. So it's basically plowing and rolling at the same time. If I wanted to roll the field after seeding, I would have to roll it after I seeded, which is fine. I don't necessarily use rolling anyways. It only gives you a 2% bonus. See how wide I made it? So now we can actually harvest all the way around the field with our harvester, everything like that. And we can just keep going and going and going. And then every time we harvest, we'll add 2 or 3 strips onto it, which is, I think our header is 15 meters. So if we went three passes with this, that's 36 meters. That'll give us 2 passes on the harvester. And then the Big M is 15 meters. So it'll give us just about 2, I'm going to go a little wider there. It'll give us 2 more passes with the Big M, which is pretty cool. And then we can just come out, and we've got an entrance here, entrance down there, and an entrance back there. But this little roller's kind of nice. It's super heavy, but it's kind of nice, actually. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of super nice. So we'll get this plowed in, and then we'll we'll get it fertilized, we'll get it limed, and then we'll try to get it seeded here in the next 10, 15 minutes if we can. If we can't, then we'll do it off camera, and we'll bring back. We'll keep coming back because I only got 2 more months to go. And then the grass, next month will be stage 2 on the grass. And then, so it'd be July, we can mow our first field over there, expand on it. Would be pretty cool. And then I think what I should have done is picked one animal kind, what I should have done. But it's okay. We're knee deep into it now. So get this. See, I can whip right around even with this. There we go. Pass number 2. And then as we get bigger, like right now, it would only, like to harvest it would only be like 3 passes. We can do that ourselves. Once we get up to taking longer than an episode to get anything done, as far as that goes, then we'll start hiring workers. Once the field is created, we can hire a worker. And there's nothing in the way. There's no fences. There's no trees. There's nothing. So we can just send a regular worker off and let him do his thing, which is kind of cool. It's actually quite exciting to not have to worry about it. But I am seeing... Oh, I was so excited today. I'm seeing that Bullet Bill has got a brand new map going to be dropping soon. I saw Scruff do a tour on it. Bullet Bill is one of the best map makers out there for European maps and American maps. He's the one that did Lone Oak. He did, I can't remember what other ones did, but his big one for Fs17 was Lone Oak, and it transferred over to Fs19, but it was really big in Fs9 or 17. It was one of his biggest maps, but it was one of the first maps that started with the new grass texture. So I'm kind of excited to get that new grass texture brought over to 25 instead of having it. There was only select maps in Fs22 that had it, But I like it. I like the grass when it like turns a different color when you're mowing it, so you can actually see when you're mowing, which is a little more realistic. But yeah, he's got a map coming out, so I'm getting excited to get. I mean, we got a long ways to go. We got millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars to make, to get all the property bought, and then we got to get. There's a lot more trees down there than I thought. Plus, we still have to maintain all the animals. I mean, you're talking 500,000 animals that we've got to keep up with this. Is this series realistic? Absolutely not. Is this series unrealistic? Absolutely not. Is this series absolutely insane? Yes. So this is a pretty good, but it was come up to it, it was brought up, and it was thought up in the head of one of our family members, Marty. Marty's the one that came up with this idea with the animal challenge. I was just going to do 100,000 cows, and he's the one that came up with the whole challenge of having 100,000 of every animal. So shout out to him. If you guys get a chance, also go over and check out Russell. Oh man, what an amazing content creator he is, and he's pretty cool. He's on Ballycraig Estates, which is a map that was big in Fs25, and I personally have never played on it. It was one of those that was, I think I drove around it a few times, and I think in Fs25 I was into my big field stage. I wasn't into my smaller field. Then when I got to Fs19, I kind of changed from the big farming to really enjoying small farming. And then when I got to Fs22, I just jumped so many maps. It was absolutely stupid. And I can bash myself. I can't bash anybody else because it's it's just not what we do here on the channel. But I can bash myself because I knew better than that, and yet I did it. So we're going to get this series completed. We're going to finish it off, and we're going to do it the right way before we move on to another map. Hats off to the map maker for this. I have played on this now, I think, 16 hours, and have yet to have any issues whatsoever with the map. And this is a 16x map, so absolutely hats off. So no issues with painting, no issues with sometimes when you get like a 16x map like this, which is 4 times bigger than a 4x map. I mean, if you think about, we've all driven 4x maps and stuff. You guys saw it when I was like, it took me, I think it was either 10 or 11 real-time minutes to drive from the shop up here. So, because you guys witnessed it, and then I ended up running out of time and flying the big tractor up here. Remember, I flew this one up. So, this is the big flying tractor, as they say. But yeah, 16x maps take a long time. But I am getting excited to get some of these nice European maps coming. So, it's going to be really super exciting to get that. So, this is pass number 4. So, it's 36 meters wide, which means it's only 2 passes with our MacDon header. But that's okay because we're going to be adding 2 more strips, which is another row. We'll add 3. That's 36. That's 2 more passes. And before you know it, and because the reason I'm doing that such a small way, it gives us a chance to kind of build slowly. But because my main focus is to get those trees done and to start accumulating money and buying properties as we go. So I think I'll buy the properties like going this way across the top first, and then we'll buy, well, actually we may buy 1 and then 1 so we can keep adding on. But our farm turned out really well. Our farm turned out really big, and we're pretty much, we have pretty much all the TMR we're going to be getting. Because see, what I'm doing too, guys, is I'm mowing the grass. Let me get in here a little bit. I'm mowing the grass there before I plowed in, so we're not wasting the grass. Just to mow this strip here, I ended up with 200 and, well, let's see, 50, 150. Yeah, I ended up with about, whoops, talking there. We put 50,000 in each pen, and I have 2 goats and 2 sheep. So 4. So it's 200,000 in there, and then I put 50,000 in the fermenter. So literally, it was 250,000 of grass just off that. So we get a lot of grass. The Big M has a PTO on the back of it, so I just literally hook it up and mow until it's full, and then that's it. So, and then we can just take it over, or I pick it up, I mow and then pick it up with the tractor. It doesn't matter. So it's exciting. I got about 6 minutes left. I think I'd be able to get this because our Fertilizer is 42 meters. Our lime is, I think, 42 meters. Yeah. And then our cedar is 12 meters. So we might be able to get this done, but I don't think so in the next 5 minutes. But either way, I'll finish it off camera and we'll get it done. We got to get it. Now, pretty soon there's going to come a time when I want to be able to get like 200 trees. So one of my rules was I wanted to sell everything on camera. So, let's see, what's the map look like now with our fields? It's got that one because that's planted. But it'll have this one here soon. Look at all the factories. I wanted to sell everything off camera, but I'm going to have to start eventually getting a couple hundred trees done instead of just 100 so that we can start getting them trees done. Because once the trees are done, then we're just focusing on buying properties at that point because we have our farm built and our animals. We have to make sure that we have all animal pens full with full-grown animals, which I just showed you guys how to do the chickens. We're just going to squeeze this right in here for now. And then we'll head down and get our fertilizer first. And then we fertilize lime, and then we seed and fertilize at the same time. So eventually when we harvest that, we'll have lots of seed because I'm going to put it all into the seed maker. And we're going to just make seeds because we don't need to sell it. We are going to need a tanker to start selling milk soon because I think... How much milk do we have? 26,000 for one. Whoops. Okay, we have 52,000 liters of milk right now. So we're going to have to get a tanker that holds quite a bit. And we got a sell point up here. I put a sell point up here already. Which is my fertilizer. I can't remember which one's which. I think this is the fertilizer. Maybe. We'll find out real quick here. Nope, that's lime. So the white I made lime. Okay, thanks for paying attention, Fury. Is what it is. This should be enough fertilizer to get this done, so we won't even need to top it off. Yeah, we can get that done with 5,000. See what I mean? It's like it doesn't take a lot. Now we can come right out over here, guys. Look, I have an entrance over here. We don't have to keep driving that way. And I can turn here, so I literally... Oh, it's almost one lane. That's what I should do. Is just make it so that it's too full. I have to make it 84 meters wide, so it's too full. I can actually come over a little bit. Let's see how close we are to getting it. Oh, really close, actually. But that fertilizer thing can take manure also, and we also have slurry to sell. We can make liquid manure, and then we can have a legitimate, farm going on. But I don't mind this. This is pretty cool. But you can see the fertilizer is not going very, very quickly. This Amazon mod is absolutely amazing. It doesn't use hardly any fertilizer. But I also have the mod in here that realistic fertilizer. Because when you're in the field and you're using commercial fertilizer, it doesn't go as fast as you think. It goes fast, but you can do quite a bit. I can do acres and acres and acres without it running out. So this is more of a realistic take on what it would be for fertilizer. This is way over chunking it here, but it's all right. All right, so we're going to have to stop here. We'll finish this off camera. So on that note, please, please, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. Hit the little notification ding bell to get notified when Fury drops a video. Be sure to enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you're watching this. And remember, I love you all. And I will catch you guys right back here tomorrow. Well, actually, no. I will be off Sunday. And by the way, happy Saturday to you all. I will catch you guys back here Monday with another episode. This will be ready not next month. I got June, July, it'll be ready. So off camera, real quick, I'm going to finish fertilizing, finish liming, and seed this, and get it seeded in sorghum so we can get going. And then, like I stated, every time we harvest, like in July when we harvest this, we'll add on 3 strips at the end of our 12 meters right here. Boom, 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 and then we'll actually mow 1 strip up there with the mower. Grab that, collect that off. And then we'll add 3 strips, which will be that. And then when we get done harvesting our sorghum, this should say 50%, good. I'll add 3 strips the same as before, same as that. So we can have at least 1 strip and so on and so forth. And then we'll just keep going and going and going. And then we got to add 3 strips this way so we can match it. So it's going to be pretty cool, guys and gals. And then, so our goals now, and then I also have to get 100 trees cut up off camera. But there's going to come a time when I'm going to do 200, and I'm going to have to sell some wood chips because it only holds 2 million liters, and 100 trees fits exactly exactly 100 trees. But then again, we are going to be waiting forever for the cows to have their babies, so we might as well just keep doing 100 for now until we get caught up. And then once our animals start breeding and we start getting full, then we can start crunching. How's that sound? Sorry, get out of here, and I'll catch you guys right back here Monday. Enjoy your Sunday. I don't know why I put a water thing down. I didn't know if I needed it or not, but I put it down. When we harvest all our sorghum, it's literally going to be going here. Whatever doesn't fit in here will stay in the silo, and that's it. No, that's not true. We have to feed our animals. We have to feed our chicken with it. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, but as you can see, it's not taking much fertilizer and seed. So the other thing we'll do is when we get caught up, and all our fields are literally done and we've got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of fertilizer, then we'll start selling it off, 60,000 at a time. That'll start jumping money quick too. So, and I also may not have to put, once this is full, we may not, once this holds 50,000, we're not going to need fertilizer for a while, as you see how long it lasts. So we can just sell it, and I don't know how much manure I got. I got that manure. I've got 48,000. So we are going to need a tanker. So we can sell we can sell the slurry. I may put a second one of these in to make liquid fertilizer to sell. What's it take? Yeah, liquid fertilizer takes slurry and makes liquid fertilizer out of it. So it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? So, and there we go. And we can just take that and then sell it outright. So, all right, get out of here. I've talked for 2 extra minutes. So now we're pretty streamlined, guys. We're just going to make sure we keep pumping. When our chickens get to 400, we'll sell them off, buy them. Same thing with the sheep. When they get to be, they have their babies, we'll sell them off and buy the amount. So, all right, guys, get out of here, and I'll catch you back here on Monday. Have a great one, everyone.